What if I told you there's a hidden economy where drugs, weapons, and even human identities are bought and sold with untraceable currency? This is the reality of the dark web, an encrypted part of the internet that can only be accessed with specialized software. It is home to a hidden economy driven by secrecy and digital currency, enabling both criminals and those seeking privacy to operate anonymously, contributing to an estimated $4 trillion annually. While often associated with illegal activity, the dark web also provides a refuge for whistleblowers and political dissidents. Its underground market thrives on the demand for anonymity, cryptocurrency transactions, and an ongoing battle between law enforcement and cybercriminals. In this video, we'll be covering exactly how the economy of the dark web works. In order to do that, we first need to understand what the dark web is and how it came to exist. The internet consists of three different layers: the surface web, the deep web, and the dark web. The surface web refers to what most users are interacting with on a daily basis, websites indexed by search engines such as Google. Below it, the deep web, a vastly bigger part of the internet made up of private databases, academic records, and internal networks that are off limits to the public. However, the dark web is a hidden section of this deep web or online space that can only be accessed via specific tools. Tor, the onion router, is the main gateway to the dark web. It is a software that provides anonymity for internet traffic by directing it through several encrypted layers on a global decentralized network. Tor was initially developed for secure communications with the US Navy during the 1990s, but it became open source in 2002, making it available to anyone. Although the technology has valid uses like protecting dissidents and journalists in authoritarian regimes, it also enables illegal trade by obscuring users' identities and locations. But we'll get into that later. Unlike regular websites, dark web addresses don't work like a URL. Instead of domains like .com or .org, they use .onion extensions, available only on Tor. This makes it hard for authorities to track down servers and individuals working within this space. The combination of anonymity through encryption and decentralized hosting has birthed an underground economy that is both resilient and adaptable. The first major dark web marketplace, Silk Road, opened in 2011, transforming the online black market trade. That was created by Ross Ulbricht, who was recently pardoned if you've been paying attention to the news, and it operated like an illegal eBay where users could purchase drugs, fake documents, and hacking tools with Bitcoin. Silk Road languished in 2013, but it had already paved the way for future darknet markets. Because the model was refined, as seen in its successors Alphabay and Dream Market, which included escrow services and complex vendor rating systems. This economic underworld keeps changing, new markets springing up as fast as authorities shut down old ones. The dark web used to be limited to drugs, but now consists of a vast engine of cybercriminals, identity thieves, and financial fraudsters, all enabled through the confidentiality of cryptocurrency. Knowing how it works is essential to understanding its influence on both digital security and real-world crime. While it has the reputation of a black market economy, it also offers a refuge for privacy activists, dissidents, and whistleblowers. This raises an important ethical question. Does the dark web play a legitimate role in defending freedom of speech and personal privacy, or is it a haven for crime that should be eliminated? The darknet is still a useful tool for ensuring anonymity and free speech, and that is one of the strongest arguments of why we still have it. In countries governed by authoritarian regimes that impose heavy censorship and surveillance, the dark web offers journalists, activists, and ordinary citizens a way to communicate without being seen. SecureDrop and similar platforms used by many major news organizations enable whistleblowers to disclose sensitive information without fear of government reprisals. In doing so, the dark web serves as a tool for transparency and defiance against repressive regimes. Many users also turn to the dark web to escape corporate surveillance and government overreach. In an age where tech corporations harvest vast amounts of personal data, people seek privacy-enhancing apps that protect them from intrusive tracking. These include encrypted email providers, anonymous search engines, and decentralized communication networks. However, while the dark web promotes digital freedom, it also allows crime to flourish on an unprecedented scale. The same anonymity that protects all of these good people also shields criminals engaged in drug trafficking, cybercrime, and financial fraud. It's estimated to be worth $4 trillion annually, like I mentioned before. Unlike the regulated surface web, the dark web operates with little oversight, making law enforcement difficult. They claim it has lowered the barrier of criminal activity, allowing anyone with internet access and cryptocurrency to engage in illicit trade. The rise of ransomware as a service and stolen data markets has made cyber attacks more accessible to businesses, governments, and individuals worldwide. This raises the question: how can the dark web be policed without infringing on its legitimate uses? Governments have tried various approaches, from infiltrating hidden forums to targeting encryption technologies. Some have even proposed banning tools like Tor altogether. However, such measures have unintended consequences, restricting personal privacy and online freedoms. Realistically, the dark web cannot be eliminated entirely. Efforts to shut it down would likely push criminals towards more decentralized and sophisticated alternatives, making illicit activities even harder to track. The challenge is finding a balance between privacy rights and law enforcement, ensuring criminals cannot exploit protections meant to safeguard free speech and security. The dark web economy is constantly evolving, shaped by technological advancements, law enforcement efforts, and shifting user behavior. While past darknet markets like Silk Road and Alphabet were shut down, new ones have emerged with stronger encryption, decentralized hosting, and innovative payment methods. The question isn't whether the dark web economy will survive, but how it will adapt in the years to come. One major shift recently is the rise of decentralized marketplaces. Unlike traditional dark web markets, which rely on central administrators who can be arrested, decentralized platforms use blockchain technology to distribute control across peer-to-peer networks. This makes them significantly harder to shut down. Some projects have experimented with smart contracts and blockchain-based escrow systems, eliminating the need for a central authority in transactions. At the same time, law enforcement agencies have become more sophisticated in tracking dark web activity. Governments are investing in AI-powered surveillance, blockchain analysis, and machine learning algorithms to detect suspicious transactions. Agencies like Europol and the FBI have partnered with cybersecurity firms to dismantle major cybercrime networks. Operation Trojan Shield in 2021, for example, tricked criminals into using a compromised encrypted messaging app, leading to over 800 arrests worldwide. However, as law enforcement tactics improve, so do these cybercriminals' strategies. Many have abandoned Bitcoin in favor of Monero and other privacy-focused cryptocurrencies, which offer untraceable transactions. Others using mixing services and cryptocurrency tumblers to further obscure their financial trails. Some have moved away from the traditional dark web altogether, conducting illicit business through end-to-end encrypted messaging apps like Telegram and Signal. Artificial intelligence is also expected to play a growing role in cybercrime and cybersecurity. Criminals are already leveraging AI to automate phishing attacks, generate deepfake identities, and create advanced malware. On the other hand, cybersecurity experts are using AI to detect patterns in dark web transactions and predict illicit activities before they occur. This technological arms race will define the next phase of the dark web economy. Despite increasing regulation and crackdowns, the dark web will never fully disappear. As long as there is demand for anonymity, privacy, and illicit goods, underground markets will find ways to survive. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video about how fake charities scam millions.